I'm Becky Vanell with Luca Haven Design, a purpose-driven design company, interior design company in Grand Rapids in West Michigan. And we love to create homes with intention, mission, and connection. And today, on our mission moment, I am here in the CCB in Zealand at the 6-8 Cafe with Beth from Better Way Designs.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Yeah, so tell me more. So I have come to the 6-8 for many, many years, always enjoying the chai coffee, but I know it's so much more. So tell me, who is Better Way Designs and what is your mission?
Yeah. So the 6-8, I always call it like the tip of the iceberg, right? So really what's underneath is kind of the big thing that's happening with Better Way. And that is that we fight human trafficking through the sales of products that survivors make. And so, it started way back in 2004, which feels weird to say 2004, way back.
It seems like it was just the other day. I remember when you guys first got leaving that space where the 6-8 Cafe is.
Yes, it's wild. And we have been around, 2022, it's a good long while, but still very young company, which is kind of cool. It really just started from the idea that this problem exists, that sex trafficking is an issue, and donations can't fight it. They just can't touch it. They can't touch the depths of what is going on. And so it just made sense to do some research, and the research brought about business. And so business was what we believe was the key to fighting this. And so we went to an organization that had been started with just a few, I think 15 women, and purchased 1,000 bags. And that's how we got started. Very simple, I suppose. Interesting bags, but and of course from that time on, we're now at 19 suppliers, which is really exciting.
Oh, very cool.
Well, one particular story that touches us pretty deeply is a lady in India. She's in Calcutta, India, which is one of the largest red light districts in the world. She was given an opportunity to have a job. She had been actually sold into the sex industry at a very young age as a child, and later, much later down the road as an adult, this organization came into her town and actually offered her a job. And so what was very interesting about that is that when they came in and offered this job, is obviously Westerners coming in, saying, hey, there's something that we can do. She'd experienced the Westerner money, NGO or nonprofit money, and she's like, get your money out of here. It's not what we need. Yeah, it's not helpful. We need replicated. We need income. We need something that's constant. And so this organization came in to give her something constant. So she was able to leave the trade to support her and her husband. And she's been with that organization for, I want to say, almost 20 years now. But since that time, she's actually been promoted to a position where she actually goes door to door, offering girls opportunities for work outside of the sex trade. And it's not easy. She travels 4 hours north on a train on a regular basis, weekly, to offer these positions to these gals. And but she's certainly probably, when I think of heroism, she comes to mind first, and just the change that she made in her own life. She made that choice. She educated herself, and she took on this opportunity to kind of change the world. She's changed multiple lives simply by saying yes to a position at this organization. So, and her story is very similar to so many that are a part of these organizations. And not only that, but they're changing the lives of their children. So often when someone is when they work into a brothel, children are born into that position. And so whenever a woman is brought out, the children's future is immediately changed.
Right.
So, that's a big one.
No, a great mission for sure. So part of Luca Haven is then taking these missions that people are passionate about and bringing it into their home to connect them to their bigger purpose, to remind them that the world is bigger than themselves. And so I know Better Way Designs has so many to choose from to bring home. But I'd like for you to share, some of your favorites. I know we have a couple products out here, but if you could just share what does this mean bringing it into the home for people?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say that not only one of my favorite, but probably a customer favorite of ours. These are our chunky knit blankets.
Oh yeah.
I
I noticed those
right when you walk in.
always right when you have them like hanging up behind the couch there, and I'm like, oh, I think one of those is gonna come home with me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I didn't have my own until a couple years ago, and now I have like 5. So, so they're quite addicting. They're just beautiful. They're heavy. They're heavy, but also they have like these holes in them, so they're you're not like kind of smothered, but they have this kind of weight to them, which is really beautiful.
Yeah.
They breathe. Some people use them as weighted blankets, which is really nice. But this particular blanket, this one provides 13 to 17 hours of work. First of all, we measure all of our impact from impact hours, and so those are the hours that a blanket like this would provide for somebody to work. But as you can see, the colors are wild. That's something that we love about it, and no two are the same. Every blanket is going to be different. And part of one of the reasons why I love this particular item is because I can take it into a room and I can say, oh, this color is my favorite. This is what I'm going to do in my room, which I'm telling the designer, don't come to my home. She'll have better advice for you. But I think that's why I loved it so much, is because I could really, I could pick whatever color I wanted and to work with that. But these are hand knitted. There's like this huge, long wooden knitting machine, and they just run these things through the prongs of this thing, and then they end up with just this beautiful, beautiful blanket. So, but yeah, 13 to 17 hours of work, and then of course the price is so affordable as well, which is really nice. When you're in the fair trade world, when you're in the B Corp world, we have to live within a certain place to make sure that we're serving our suppliers first. We're supplier focused first, and then our customers second. So we want to make sure that our prices are affordable, and they absolutely are. But yeah, I love everything about this blanket.
Yeah,
so.
I just love it because it's like an interwoven story between people, and that it's just not ending, right? And just the ups and downs, the different colors, just the story that it brings.
Yes, it's
coming out of the trafficking world and putting these to your hands is just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
the blanket next to you holds kind of a special place in our heart as well. This is an India, so this is from Bangladesh, but these are from India, and they use what's called kanta stitching, and that is a hand stitch. So every single one of these, you can see there's like about a ½ inch in between every stitching. This is all hand stitched, and you'll also notice on different places in the blanket you're going to find patches.
Okay.
So it's so funny because we've gotten calls every once in a while like, oh, mine has a patch on mine. It's like, no, that's awesome. You win then. You're the winner. Because it's just so significant to the story of the woman that made this blanket, is that you take these kind of stories. These are the modern wear, what women wear. So they come and they can sell them at the market, and then they go buy them up, clean them, and make them in these blankets. And
beautiful.
Yeah, repurpose that, and it just really is kind of telling to the story of the woman that's making the blanket. That there's some patches on there, beautiful patches. There's a reuse of what's going on, and it's turned into something that we absolutely love.
Yeah.
And you can't find anywhere else.
Right.
So.
And this one, I imagine, like, oh my goodness, in my girls' room, just showing like your life, right? We'll have these little patches.
Yes.
They'll each have their significant meaning, right? And that you can bring it together for your full story. And every patch matters, the good, the bad.
Yes.
So I just love this for like a little girl's room, just telling that story early, like right here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Definitely. Yeah.
Beautiful.
They are storytelling products. That is.
Yes, for sure. So tell me, how can people, beyond obviously the purchasing products, how can people get involved in this same mission of helping women out of sex trafficking?
Yeah, well, specifically with Better Way, of course, shopping, right? But we actually do parties. We do in-home parties. And what's so special about those is you really get an opportunity to hear the story, hear our story, and understand why we do what we do and why we do it the way that we do it. Our hosts get tons of rewards. So if you're looking for discounts and free stuff, then you're going to want to host a party with us. So hosting that party really gives us an opportunity we don't want to spend our money on advertising. We really don't. We want to spend as much money as we can pouring back into our movement, our mission. And so we rely on people hosting parties in their homes so that they can share that with their friends. The other thing is that there's an opportunity to sell these. we are very competitive in the direct sales world, which is really exciting. We have a comparable commission structure within our company, and so there's opportunities for income, for advancement, for bonuses, and all those kinds of things. And so again, it really relieves us from having to pay for advertising for people who maybe want to work with us, make this their job, either a side gig or even a full-time opportunity. We have both within our company currently. So we call them the 3 Bs: the buy, shopping; the booking, being hosts; and then the become is joining us at what we call freedom fighters. So
very cool.
Yeah.
And you have chocolate coming, right?
Oh my goodness, yes.
You have chocolate at
Yes.
the coffee place. I remember eating some of that too. That's always delicious
Yes.
as well.
So good. Our chocolate is, it's really problematic because it sits about 10 feet away from me.
Right.
It's very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Beth, again so much for having this interview with me. And yes, come to Zealand, come to the 6-8, learn more about Better Redesigns and all the good that you guys are doing. I just thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.